その日、人類は思い出した。
Attack on Titan, or in Europe AOT Wings of Freedom, is a video game based on the manga and anime series by the same name and follows those events very closely. Now, I won't go too far into the story of the game since it does follow the anime and manga for fear that some of you might be watching this without knowing anything about Attack on Titan and might want this to be your first introduction to the series, which I will say does make a good introduction to the series if you haven't seen or read anything about it before. But be forewarned that the game does keep some important things out that the show and manga has. The premise of this game is that mankind is on the brink of extinction because of these huge human-like monsters called Titans that only know how to kill humans by either eating them or squashing them. You learn that they don't even need to eat humans to survive, but they only do it to kill humans. But mankind isn't going to let that happen, so they develop weapons and ways to combat the Titans called Omnidirectional Mobility Gear, or OBM. With this, they have anchors that can hook onto anything, including the Titans, and get close to the nape of the neck to kill the Titans, which is the only way to kill a Titan. You first start off by playing as Eren Yeager, but will eventually play as other characters from this show, as well as including Armin, Mikasa, and my favorite, and I'm sure a lot of other people's favorite, Levi, as well as other characters, each with their own special talents and abilities, like ordering them which part of the Titan they should attack, while you attack a different part, and once you hit a part of the Titan, you can do a chain attack and hurt other parts of the Titan, doing more damage faster. You start off by just wrapping up your training to become a soldier and get to choose which regiment you want to join. The garrison, who watch the walls and do maintenance and help keep peace in the wall. The military police, who are like the police and serve under the king's name, and is only available to the top 10 of the cadets. And last but not least, the scouts, who are the ones that go outside the walls to fight the Titans and try to get an upper hand on them. Just the day before you go pick which regiment you want to be a part of, a big Titan called the Colossal Titan appears once again and destroys another wall, laying smaller Titans in, and that is how far the story I will go into without spoiling much more. The gameplay is actually really fun. You get to swing around on the ODM to attack and kill Titans, and I have to say the ODM movement in this game is really fun, and I enjoy moving around in it because it feels like you are flying and looks awesome. But you have to watch out for your gas and blades. If your gas runs out, you won't be able to boost as fast or get away from a swarm of Titans as fast. And if your blades get dull, you will be doing next to zero damage to the Titans. You can chop off the legs and arms of the Titans in order to get to the nape easier, but if you want to kill the Titan, you have to attack the nape. Like I said earlier, you follow closely to the story of the anime and manga, but you can also do side missions called survey missions, where you just go out and either kill Titans or protect a group of people. And I have to say, the NPCs are really bad in this game. Unless they are part of your little group, majority of the time they will just stay still and let the Titans kill them. Some of them do use the ODM to avoid the Titans, but they can't kill them, which I find that to be kind of bad. Even though it's more for the player to kill the Titans, it would still be great if the NPCs that aren't a part of your group could kill Titans, or at least do damage to the Titans as well. And during some missions, you will see green smoke, which is in itself a side mission within the mission, and some of these missions have you escort someone from one point to a different point, and most of the time they would not move. There would be no Titans around, and they would just sit there not moving. Sometimes I would just go around and attack other Titans and they still wouldn't move, but other times they would, or they would just get grabbed by a Titan, and then you fail the mission because you are too far away, and by the time you get back to try to save them, the Titan kills them. Once you beat the main story, you then get into the epilogue stage where you can't do these missions unless you do enough survey missions in certain areas, which is a little bit too much, especially with how much harder these missions are. And most of the time I just do them as one character because of their ability. Sticking to some of the things I find really bad about this game, the camera at some points would just get you lost and would cause you to lose your target or just end up lost and then you get hurt. Something that should really be improved on. Now that I've gone over majority of the bad stuff, let's go over some of the good stuff. Like I said earlier, this game does follow closely to the anime and manga and would make a great introduction to the series. If you are new to it, the epilogue chapter continues the story past the anime, loosely with what to expect from the next season of the anime, since it follows the manga loosely. The gameplay is fun, and the movement is amazing, and so easy to understand that once you get it down, you get it down. Some points you actually get to play as a Titan, and those moments are just fun and makes fighting the other Titans really easy. There's also a multiplayer aspect of the game, but all you can really do in that is to do the survey missions with friends over the network, and would make some of those harder survey missions easier. There isn't that much more of an award to get from it. Another thing that I am disappointed with in this game is that you don't have like a versus mode where you could play as more than one Titan. It would be cool to pick either the female Titan or the armor Titan to play and just wreck some shit and kill humans, and it would be so much fun to do that. All in all, I say this game is a really fun game, and if you are interested in the series, or if you are a fan of the series and have watched the anime and read the manga, then I would recommend picking this up. But if you are new to the series and not so sure about it, I would say either wait for a price drop, or if you could borrow it or rent it, just so you can get your feet wet in the series. And if you enjoy it, then continue on and watch the anime, and if you really want to be ahead of the game, read the manga. It would make the epilogue missions that much more epic. So the final score I would give this game is a 7.5 out of 10. A pretty decent score, but with those things that I mentioned with the NPCs just staying still and the ones you have to escort not moving most of the time really did drag on. I want to thank you all so much for watching this video, and if you liked the video, please give the like button a click, and if you haven't already, you can watch my entire playthrough of the game on my other channel, RPG Kingdom Kid. I'll have a link to it in the description below, as well as my Twitter. Don't forget to subscribe and share this video with your friends. It would help a lot. Thank you all so much for watching once again, and I'll see you all next time.